Dr. Ravindra, why do our roads, this is just because you have been in the field for quite some time, why do our roads break and potholes emerge within a few months after they are laid or after a downpour? There is supposed to be a monitoring committee. What is it doing? Is it true that a strong contractor official nexus exists and that the government is unable to break it?
Let me say, I think this is a very, very valid question, and I think people are concerned about the state of roads. See, it must be admitted that the quality of roads in Bangalore are not really of a very high quality, except some arterial roads, maybe MG Road and Kaban Road, or
even
some
MG
of
Road
the,
is bad now.
Is now with the metro having dug up things, that also has deteriorated. Now, the reasons are like this. Number one, I said the quality is poor because, number one, we do not invest as much as is required to really prepare, lay a very good road. Nowadays, for instance, for 1 kilometer, it depends on how much you spend. See, if it is a very good road, for instance, very good quality road, it will cost you more than 1 crore, 1 crore, 2 crores and things like that. But now what is spent may be just 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs or 50 lakhs. So obviously it does not last very long and it needs to be upgraded from time to time. That is number one. And secondly, since you mentioned about this nexus, I think there is some truth in it. And even what is expected to be spent is not fully spent. So much so the quality becomes inferior, further reduced. And that is the reason why you find potholes coming up here and there. Secondly, even filling up of potholes, it is not done in a scientific manner. See, it is not merely covering up with jelly and
with
mud and jelly and things, or even if they are good quality stones. See, it's actually it's a proper process when you will have to dig up a much larger area than just the pothole, and the depth to which you go, and then fill it up with a proper scientifically. All this is not being done. But now, having said this, I must say that government is seized of this matter, and we are taking steps to see how we ensure good quality roads. I think I must tell you that very recently a new proposal has come. Actually, this is a good example of public-private partnership.
Yes.
There is what is called Tender Sure, which has been launched. The Chief Minister released that document. This is done in collaboration with that City Connect, as some of the NGOs. NGOs, industries mainly. I think it's more to do with the CII.
Infosys and
Biocon, in fact, Infosys, Biocon, all of them were there. In fact, Ms. Gopal Krishnan, Kiran Mazumdar, all of them were there in the meeting with the Chief Minister.
They signed an agreement with the government.
They have signed. Okay. So initially, some roads will be taken up in Bangalore. And then, they have already been, I think, BBMPs selected those roads. So these roads will be laid according to the specifications mentioned in this particular document, which is, according to modern standards, international standards, that is what they want. So all the arterial roads at any rate, the long arterial roads, as a first step, these will be brought up to really first class quality. And gradually this will be taken to cover the other roads also. So now the first step has been taken to ensure good quality roads.
Dr. Ravindra, hope they won't use the same contractors who are doing the roads now?
No, in the sense, it's not a question of which contractor, it's the question of the process. So there, the procurement process is extremely important. So the bidding process, that is also part of this document, Tender Sure document. How tenders are to be prepared, how bids are to be called, so that there is really competitive bidding and we get the best of contractors to do the job.
So Bangaloreans can hope to see good roads in the near future?
I hope so.
Dr. Ravindra, is it true that due to rapid urbanization, over 50% of residents in Karnataka will soon be in urban areas? How do you propose to tackle this challenge? Not just Bangalore, but Tier 2 cities.
Absolutely, a very important question. In fact, as I was saying earlier, the question of urbanization, Karnataka now has, you see, it was 34% urban population according to 2001 census.
Oh.
Now, according to 2011 census, it will be 38%. Very soon it will be 40, and I think in another, by 2030 or so, it will be more than 50% will be urban. As you know, apart from Bangalore, we have a number of other class tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities also. Mysore, Hubli, Dharwad, Belgaum, Gulbarga, Mangalore. These are all again growing cities. So, in order to address the needs of the other cities or needs of urbanization as such in Karnataka state as a whole, we have also prepared a Karnataka urban development policy, which I prepared this, in the last couple of years. Yes. It is, the draft is ready. It has to go to the cabinet and get its approval. So, here we have addressed the various issues pertaining to urbanization. The question of
some salient points.
Yeah, I'll tell you. The salient points about this draft urban development policy. Or number one, for instance, we have addressed the question of regional disparities. See, in Karnataka, as you know, it's a large state, and you find Bangalore has really become the prima donna sort of a thing, and has taken away a lot of attention. Yes. As well as money, investments, etc. So, there has been a complaint or a grouse from others saying that the bulk of the money also goes to Bangalore. Yeah. So, now we have tried to see that the development is not lopsided, but it is it goes to other cities in the northern part of the state also. So, the spatial spread is one important aspect. Number two is the question of infrastructure in other cities also, urban infrastructure. Similarly, as I said, improvement of roads, providing adequate water supply, sewerage, improving transport, especially in this let us 6, 7 tier 2 cities, and then the other cities also. That is number two. The third pertains to the very important aspect of urban poverty, we also mentioned earlier. See, very strangely, one of the estimates, according to one estimate, the ratio or the rate of urban poverty is higher than rural poverty in Karnataka. It is more than 30% according to. Of course, nowadays, as you know, poverty itself has become a big subject matter of debate, and there are even economists, scholars differ about the rates, etc., whatever it is. So, but nevertheless, the fact remains that there are poor people in urban areas, mainly due to migration. As you know, urbanization, one of the factors is migration. And it is the poor people in search of jobs who come here. And they are without, in the first place, dwellings, and therefore, slums proliferate. So, how to address this problem of urban poverty is one thing that we have, addressed in this urban policy. The third aspect relates to the question of intercity connectivity, along with transport infrastructure. Say, moving from one city to the other, see, if it is faster, let us say Mysore to Bangalore, if you are able to come in less than 1.5 hours or 2 hours, which it can be done, then the whole the focus of urbanization itself changes. People can reside in different smaller cities and then travel. So, that is there. For instance, I had been arguing for a long time about intercity express trains, high-speed trains. So, my personal view is that more than a high-speed rail from airport to the city, we need high-speed rails from Bangalore to Mysore, Bangalore to Hubli, Bangalore to Gulbarga. Faster travels. That is another important thing.
So, the draft, this report is in place. The government has, what should the government do now? How should they go about?
The government first has to, as I said, it has to go to the cabinet, and it has to be discussed because a number of issues have been raised. It has been discussed at the ministers' level.
How is this new chief minister is taking to these changes in the...
He is very positive about the changes, but this particular policy and all, we have still not been able to discuss it with the new chief minister. It was, a presentation was made to the earlier chief minister. Now, we need to take it to the new chief minister. And I think another very important aspect to the policy is the question of governance itself.
Yes. Yes.
Say if you want me to expand on that now or at a later
We
stage.
will come back to that. We will come